Neha,
Mm-hmm.
what is that one crucial element when it comes to wedding styling, yet people are neglecting the most?
Fabrics?
Yup. But I don't think we can cover fabrics in a single episode.
Makes sense.
Yet we are here. Hey guys, this is Aishwarya Kailas.
And this is Neha Kelsey Sampson. Welcome to Beyond the Gowns. So, Aishwarya, what is the first thing you look at when it comes to bridal wear? Is it the design or the fabric?
I think I look both, but I pay a little more attention when it comes to fabric because even though the design is not that great, if the fabric is fab, then yeah, that
It's
makes a
like, let's
difference.
go.
Yeah. What about you?
I think for me, it would be like, I would say design, because
Mhm.
that's the most immediate thing you look at when you look at, if it's a bad design or a good design, that's the first thing you look at. But subconsciously, I also feel it's the fabric, like, but that's the second thing I feel. Because imagine like you're looking at the bride from afar away, or anyone for that case. First thing you look at is the design. The closer you get, and that's when you look into it and like, oh, wait a minute, the fabric, if it's good, you'll be like, it's really good, or if it's bad also, that's the first thing you notice after that. And I feel it's vice versa. If the design is really bad, but if the fabric is of really good quality, it still, somewhere has a balance. But if the fabric is really bad, you can't expect the design to like just be there and be like, oh, it's a good design, because fabric needs to like be the one that is the base, right? So it has to be really good. So I feel it's the design I see immediately, but after that it's the fabric.
Yeah, I feel like whenever we are going out and seeing these mannequins and all, and we see a particular outfit which is there, and we look at it, the design might be really
Very
nice,
eye catching.
but
Like you go from far
yeah,
itself, "Oh, that looks so good," and you're
yeah,
going to get
yeah,
disappointed.
yeah, it's like there's something wrong, and it's like the fabric would be really cheap, the quality would be
Yeah.
really cheap. So I feel like fabric is something that people don't pay much attention when it comes to the
And I feel like
wedding.
fabric is like the foundation of anything, for especially when it's wedding and there is like so much of heavy embroideries on it. And fabric is the base, it decides what kind of embroidery goes on it, if it's handwork or any kind of sequence, whatever you're doing, the fabric is the most basic thing. And if you don't see how the fall of it is, how your body feels in it, it's there's no point. So first thing, when you choose a fabric, you should understand like if it goes well, and if the flow of this on my body is really good, because you will be having an idea about how you want a certain fabric to fall on you. So that is the base, that is the foundation, and only after that comes the embroidery or any kind of handwork. So you really need to pay attention to what kind of fabric you're going for.
Yeah.
Because have you seen these places where like the embroidery would be so rich, okay, and it would be really beautiful, but when you go like really close, I mean, we're not going to go that close and look at it, but still, when we go like really close and look at the fabric, there will be like tiny holes near the embroideries, or like,
Yeah.
it will be like the embroidery is almost like sagging down. And that another reason for that is also not choosing the right quality of material.
Yeah. I think whenever the design comes, I think the fabric should have a certain level of quality for each of the work for it to hold properly,
Very
right?
true, very true.
Because some of them will be using a, like as you said, some cheap quality fabric, and they will be doing work on that, and that causes all these holes and stuff, which actually doesn't look that different when you're looking at overall, but when you look close to it, then that is gonna make
That is going to make a lot of difference.
yeah.
And yeah, like we talk a lot about skin tone when it comes to styling. So, what are the kind of fabrics we should be choosing according to your skin texture?
Yeah, I think that is something people don't pay much attention to,
True.
because skin texture and the fabric got so much connection that we have to talk about, because when you're go when especially when it comes to the texture of the fabric, the sheen, these both things plays a big role when it comes to the skin tone and skin texture, because we have to choose the fabric that goes well with the skin tone and skin texture. Because if I am a person who got a matte skin, and if I'm going for a fabric which got so much sheen to it, then that is not going to make me glow, that is going to take away all the attention from me to the fabric and my outfit. So there should always be a balance between the skin texture and the texture of the fabric that you're choosing.
Makes
Same
sense.
same thing when it comes to the sheen. There will be fabrics with lots of sheen, medium sheen,
Mm-hmm.
fabrics that are like matte. Also, when it comes to fabrics, these there are like the weight of the fabric.
Matters
That
a
should,
lot.
yeah, weight of the fabric should also match with how your skin texture is. So I think those things are something that makes a big difference when you are choosing your wedding outfit, because if you have a balance between your skin and the fabric you're choosing, then it is gonna make a big difference.
True. And what about makeup?
Yeah, makeup, I think makeup and fabric sheen, it also comes to the point of skin shine and the texture of the skin. There are two type of people, I mean, there are two type of skin texture when it comes to choosing fabric or makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can see some people can do the dewy makeup and they will
Oh
be looking really
yeah, I
nice.
know. It looks
Yeah.
so beautiful, like
Yeah,
very
exactly.
magical kind
Hmm.
of feeling.
But if I do, for example, if I do a full face of dewy makeup, it is gonna look oily because my
Okay.
personal texture is not shiny. I have a
Oh
matte
yeah.
skin. So if I am going for a makeup look that is so much dewy, it is at the end of the day, it's gonna make me look too much oily. And this is the same logic that applies when it comes to choosing the right fabric for your look. Even if it's a wedding look or not, you have to pay attention when it comes to the fabric you are choosing.
Hmm.
So I think for brides and grooms, it's more important when it comes to the wedding to choose the right fabric for the outfit that they're
Makes
choosing.
sense.
Yeah.
I feel even that's the
Mm.
thing with lipsticks also. Like
Mm.
glossy lipsticks don't really look good on me.
No, no,
Like
me neither.
yeah, and
I
I
feel,
used to think like,
yeah.
okay, I have some problem, or like, why
Mm.
is it not looking good on me, but it looks really good on my friend or somebody else.
Mm.
It looks really good, and I'm like, how is it not looking good? Later when I like got to understand about the
Mm.
skin texture, I was like, okay, it's not my
Yeah,
problem.
I'm really jealous of the girls who can pull off lip oils and lip gloss.
Oh
Because
yeah.
when I put it, it looks like my lip is getting highlighted a lot. It's like that is like pointing out
That's
something.
something we have to
See,
really look at, right? When
yeah,
it comes to weddings as well.
yeah,
Like
exactly. Mm.
lip shades,
Mm.
like, you have to see what really goes well with the fabric as well.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like your fabric is completely of a different texture and you got it because it looks very beautiful and all that. Okay,
Mm.
it works. But
Mm.
then if the smallest mistake can like
Mm.
make the entire look, you know,
Mm.
bad because of a simple thing, a
Mm.
lipstick,
Mm.
how many brides like literally like just because of the shade,
Mm.
if at all the shade was a little different according to your skin and your fabric, it would
Mm.
have made a big difference, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think lipstick shade is so crucial. We can talk it in another episode as this is about fabric, but a single wrong shade of lipstick can break an entire look, even though you put so much effort into it, so much attention to detail. But that one single thing, if it's ruined, then the whole look is gone.
True.
And I think when it comes to fabric, placement also plays a very big role,
True.
because the right texture at the right place is what is going to make the absolutely perfect outfit for a person.
Yeah.
Because the texture and the weight of the fabric can actually add visual weight and take out the visual weight from certain part of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a tendency for brides to go for a single fabric throughout their
Throughout the, oh yeah, yeah,
wedding
yeah,
outfit. But the thing is, if you are someone like I am not saying you stick to the body types like I am a pear shape, I am a rectangle. No, there would be preferences,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
personal preferences
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to people. Some people will be going for a fuller hips, or
Mm-hmm.
they want like a little more take down the bulk from around their waist area. So if their requirements are such, then we can actually make use of the texture of the fabric to take out the weight and add weight
Yeah,
according to the
true.
preferences. So, if you formulate the right formula of your outfit when it comes to the placement of fabric texture, that is going to make a big difference.
Big
And that
difference.
is something so unexplored when it comes to wedding
Yeah,
styling.
because you can actually see
Mm.
where you want to create volume
Mhm.
and where you want to cut that out
Mhm.
with the fabric itself,
Mhm.
and exactly like how you don't have to go with the same fabric throughout the whole
Mm-hmm.
outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And just a little bit of mix and match here and there can make like a whole different outfit look. At the same time, it can make your body also look a certain way, like how you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if your upper body is slimmer and your lower body is like a little more wider compared to the upper body, then you can actually add a heavier fabric on the upper
Upper
body
body, yeah,
and something that has flow and that
is
is a
more
little more,
fluid,
yeah, fluid
yeah,
on the lower body.
lower
That
body.
is gonna balance out your body. That is how fabric plays an important role when it comes to the wedding styling. And yeah, there is something I have been seeing a lot when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to the bridal styling, which I wanted to ask you because you're the designer, you know more about fabrics. Yeah, okay. So there are certain brides who are going for the outfit or the saris,
Mm-hmm.
which are like an heirloom piece. That
Oh
must be in
yeah.
their family line for the last 25 or 50 years. So, but I have also heard about stories when they take out those pieces and the garment is damaged and there will be only like 1 or 2 weeks for the wedding, and
Oh
that is
yeah, the
like,
last minute.
yeah, last minute rush will be there. So what, how can you ensure that if you're using an heirloom piece, that is that you can reuse that on your wedding day?
Yeah. So I think the first thing you should be doing
Mm,
is like
mm,
get it checked properly,
mm,
by someone professional or even your wedding stylist
mm,
works, and check if there are like hidden tears or
mm,
weakened
mm,
yarns, or
mm,
like there'll be like even damaged seams
mm, mm,
that you would not really pay attention to it
mm,
at that time. So
mm,
look if any of this is there,
mm,
and even like oxidized embroideries or
mm,
discoloration,
mm,
because all of this really matters. And if
mm,
it is not standing up to the point where you can actually use it for your wedding,
mm,
don't actually go for it, because it's better as something that is like, old, or like, for so many years it's been there. You can rather keep it that way for a beautiful memory
mm,
rather than try to upcycle it. I
mm,
know, as you were saying, I know even like people who would like take it and do like add extra borders and do more embroideries
mm,
to fit their personality. But
mm,
the thing is, you have to see if that fabric can actually take the weight of that embroidery, because very old fabrics, the yarns will be very weak.
mm, mm,
So best thing is to get it checked thoroughly, and if it is not gonna stand up to the mark, don't use it. And
mm,
if you don't have a problem with how it is, and if it's very sentimental to you
mm,
and you really want to use it,
mm,
then one thing you can do is not to add anything extra to it, like
mm,
extra layers of fabric, or trying to do any extra
mm,
surface ornamentation, or don't do any of that. Just use it as it is and
mm,
be very careful. So
mm,
that's like very, very important.
mm,
And another thing is, even with saris also,
mm,
like how especially these silk saris and all that,
mm,
even that also you have a certain way to like take care of it.
mm,
Like you can like keep it like rolled, or
mm,
even if you're like folding it, you have to keep changing the direction of the fold every
mm,
once in a while,
mm,
because when you keep it
mm,
folded like that for a very long time,
mm,
what happens is a line will come there,
mm.
and it will actually, like that can also break the yarns.
Oh yeah.
So if you have saris that are like that, you
Mm,
have folded and kept it in the shelf for years,
mm,
and suddenly you take it out and there will be like very clear lines, and if
mm,
you feel like, oh, you can just iron it and like
mm,
it's gonna go away, no, those yarns will be very delicate. So you
mm,
have to look through all of that
mm,
before actually deciding if this piece is something I can wear for my wedding, because obviously on your wedding day you don't want any malfunction. That's the
mm,
last thing you want,
mm.
on right on that day. So the best thing is to get it thoroughly checked.
Which are the fabrics that are actually worthy of passing down to the next generation or keeping it as an heirloom piece
Okay, I
without
think
actually damaging?
mainly I think it is silk, like
Mm-hmm.
silk, brocade silk and all. Like it's really beautiful, and it's like it will last you a lifetime. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, it's all about how you care for it,
Mm-hmm.
and the right way of caring for your fabric, you can pass it down to generations, and it is going to last you.
Mm, yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, adding on to this,
Mm,
taking care of this not just happens like before your wedding or after your wedding to
mm,
pass it down for so many generations, and
mm,
like that is when you take care of the fabric. No,
mm,
the main time where I see where the fabrics actually get damaged is literally for your wedding.
Okay.
Like, have you seen how like very beautiful saris, okay, or very beautiful fabrics, the way you even iron it, like you press it so much to give that paper pleats. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think there is a recent obsession with very thin.
Pleats that look like knives that can just cut through fruits, like that's just too much for your fabric to take in the first place, because first of all you're giving so much money and getting a very expensive piece, so you need to take care of it in a certain way. I'm not telling you don't iron it. Obviously you need to have like beautiful pleats for your wedding, but there is a limit to that. Don't press it to the point where it's like sharp as knife.
Yeah, and I think the heavy fabrics like Kanjipuram actually looks good also with a little broader pleats.
Yeah, and when the pleats, even in the front, like when it is like subtle, it has that bounce to it. And if
Yeah.
you feel like the certain fabrics don't actually work for your body, or you feel like you need that crisp look, don't go for such fabrics in that case. Because when you go for these fabrics and you want it to look a certain way, and you're actually ruining the fabric.
I think the sustainability factor is also getting affected by this tendency, because you might be paying like 65,000 or 1 lakh for a sari just for the muhurtam look, and if it's getting ruined just for a single look, you can't reuse it.
Yeah,
You're
that's
paying this much, you're not reusing it.
saris like that can't be passed down by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, I mean, not only about passing down, even if they want to reuse it, it's gonna be a waste.
It's like, and another thing is even the amount of pins that go in there. 100 pins, like you just put like 10 to 15 pins or whatever, like on the pallu to just keep it a certain way. You don't really have to do that, because it looks beautiful without those many pins, because you need the sari to have that natural flow, right? Even when
Yeah.
you're walking, your pallu has to have that flow. This I see, like, where I don't know if it's a recent trend, that pallu is standing like a stick,
Yeah.
because it's like held on by so many pins, it can't even move. And if you don't even pin it properly, like there are high chances you can again ruin the yarn.
And even the front plates also, while walking, there should be a certain flow to
Flow
it.
to
But
it.
now also it's like getting like the paper thin pleats in the front. It's looking, I mean, it's a personal preference,
Personal
obviously, but
preference,
I
yeah.
feel like there should be a natural element, an element of imperfection to the
True.
pleats, not like
It's very important because, then what's the point of wearing the sari? What's the point of draping it if you don't have that flow
you
to
can
it?
just get it stitched and wear
Yeah,
it.
like you can just, or you totally go for something else. You don't have to really force and like, wear a sari. Okay, most of the weddings you can't say that because they have to wear a sari
Yeah.
at places. But again, you can actually do the simple things and like, still keep the natural flow of the fabric rather than take it away from it. Or else you can go for fabrics which are like very stiff. So you don't even have to iron it. Some, you just do this and it just stays like that.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can go for fabrics like that if that is the look you want. Rather than take a fabric that's like really have a beautiful drape and like, beautiful flow to it, and then press it and force it to like, be stiff.
Neha got a emotional connection to
Yes.
yarns and fabric, guys.
Not
Don't
even
get
kidding.
offended. I'm so you're gonna get cancelled very soon, Neha.
Ouch.
Coming back to the fabric, what do you think is the top 5 fabrics that brides can pull off or wear?
Top 5 fabrics.
Yeah, top
Okay.
5 fabric, your personal
Favorite.
and just say why.
Okay, I think it would be, one is silk brocade because it is traditional and at the same time it gives you a very rich look. Another would be Dutch satin because the Duchess satin has a very beautiful, smooth flow to it. At the same time, it has so much structure.
Oh, okay.
So if you're looking for structure, then Duchess satin would really be good. And then we have velvet. I think velvet is like, it gives a very royal look, and it's perfect for winter weddings.
Yeah.
And tissue
And what
silk.
about, I mean, in South India, there usually don't be a winter wedding. In that case, if they want to use the velvet, then what
You can
alternatives?
use velvet. It's not like you can't use velvet in South Indian weddings. It's all about like timings also matter. Don't go for like afternoons with velvets. If it's like a evening wedding, or like if it's a reception in the evening, you can go for velvet. It's totally fine. But I would say like winters and all, like lehengas with velvet is like really good. And even for the grooms, a Nehru jacket and all of that, it would like really look good. And then I think it would be tissue silk, because it's the sheen of it itself is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you're going for some modern, or if you're a contemporary bride, like tissue silk would really be very beautiful. And then I think it would be organza, because it gives that dreamy feel.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a very dreamy wedding, then organza, I would say. So yeah, I think these would be the top 5.
I think this one single episode won't be enough to talk about fabrics.
Oh, yeah, very
That's
true.
very
I think
much.
I have a lot of things to speak when it comes to
Obviously.
fabrics.
Obviously. But I think we have covered pretty much of the
Basic
most relevant
things, yeah, the
things that
relevant
we-
things. Yeah. We will do another episode with fabrics, so stay tuned for that. So with that, this is me, Neha Kelsey Samson.
This is Aishwarya Kailas.
See you in another episode.